Brett Laulala just hasn't been able to find any holes tonight, Casey Laulala. Normally such an elusive player. Brett Tuiali'i, another one who hasn't really got their hands on the ball, but he gets a lovely pass away and in touch. Auckland defending grimly.
Yeah, the defence has been pretty good. Canterbury trying for holes. Here's Mosi Tuiali'i. Haven't seen him too much with ball in hand. Gets a beautiful pass away to Kieran Reid.
6.5 minutes. Kaino looks on. And not a good throw that time. Generally, Tom McCartney's throwing has been good. Not on this occasion.
He's made a difference too, Stu. Daniel Braid. Big impact in this game. They've missed him, I think.
He's just a little bit quicker than what the 3 loose forwards they had out there last weekend against Otago. But this has been a pretty complete performance by the Hawks. It's still not over. The scrum's been good, their line-out's been okay. They've been aggressive at the breakdown in the collision zone and have equally been aggressive with their defence. 2 tries to 1.
Well, I bet it's been a while since the run for the Shield has moved around. If it does go to Auckland tonight, of course it started in North Harbour, went to Waikato, came to Canterbury, could well finish up in Auckland. 4 changes in 1 season. Now Mika back for Nathiwa. Williams getting across to grab it on the full. Met by 4 or 5 blue and white jerseys. And it'll be a Canterbury scrum, but they're not making the progress they need. 4.5 minutes left, and they still need to score twice to hold the Shield. And don't forget as well, Auckland will finish top in the Air New Zealand Cup round robin, and they'll play the team that finishes 8th. That won't be determined until tomorrow.
I'll leave you to work that out. It's just a bit too much for me.
Well, I think if Taranaki get 5 points, they are home. Counties might have something to say about that, but don't write Canterbury off yet. They continue to hammer away at Auckland, but this defence has been sensational. And there's a penalty coming too, and that might just about be it. If they kick this, Canterbury will need to score 3 times, and that is highly unlikely.
Well, that just epitomised the entire Auckland effort. The tackle was made in the midfield. It was just slightly behind the gain line or advantage line. 2 or 3 Auckland boys just drove in straight over the top, which you're allowed to do, just counter-rucking. And watch this, the tackle was made.
Well, Nisbo, she's a long way down from the coach's box, as you well know, but the Auckland boys have made it down, so I think they believe that they've got it in the bag. Pat Lamb, Shane Howarth, Steve Devine, Darren Whitcomb, they've exited the glass box upstairs. Going to enjoy this moment.
Well, if this kick goes over Smithy, they can book the spare seat. Issa Nathiwa. Drills it straight through the centre, and you can put the ring around it now. Auckland will take the Shield. 26 points to 10 it is.
And good old Nick White's going to get a chance to enjoy the moment as well. One of the great journeymen of New Zealand domestic rugby. Nick White in jersey 16 for John Afoa, who has been immense tonight.
He has indeed. Canterbury goes short from the kickoff. They'll keep going because that's just the way they are.
Come here, Reed.
But in the end, it'll be too little too late. And Nathiwa, who has been such a big player in this match, kicks it down to Williams. Hamilton shifts it across to Gear. Canterbury will endeavour to keep it in hand. And now up the centre goes Williams, but the welcoming party is there. 10-metre line as Corey Flynn, who's handed the Shield over once before. Now here goes Tuiali'i. Still going. Big charge by Mosi Tuiali'i. They finally nail him on the 22. And out it comes. And Canterbury have got numbers here. And here's Laulala. He's playing advantage, I think, though. I think I heard from Chris Pollock.
Back here. No, go.
Canterbury looking to finish with a flourish. Still got a chance. Yes, they will too. Hayden Hopgood. So that gives the Canterbury crowd something to cheer about. They're rushing back. They've got to try. 26 points to 15. Brett's got to take this as quickly as he can, but there's only a minute left. And he's astray anyway.
Well, I bet Chris Pollock tells the Auckland boys you need to run. This was well taken in. It was the first foray into the Auckland team. It was scrambling, passing, but they just had numbers out here. Isaac Ross could have scored that in jersey 18. It's just come too late.
State of origin! State of origin!
Yeah. What to do? Go short and try and put pressure on it, or go long? They've gone semi.
Yeah. Nowhere in particular. It goes to...
You just need to close them down.
Hamilton. And the ball spilled forward by Williams.
Scrambling.
And Auckland look as though they want to get some players on. Whether they're going to beat the Hooter or not, I'm not sure. Yes, they are.
Well, it won't matter to Lockie Munro and to Cecil Avia. They're going to be part of it. Benson Stanley is going to make way. And also Ben Atinga.
Come on.
Handshakes all round. Just a matter of time now.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Slung away into the arms of Nathiwa. There goes the foghorn.
5, get out. Get out. 7.
Auckland will just play this one, and surely someone will just boot it out and take the win. And that's exactly what happens. The ball is into touch, and Auckland have lifted the Ranfurly Shield from Canterbury. Well, they're disconsolate in the Canterbury camp, but Auckland, it was well planned. They came with a game plan, Stu, and they've executed it perfectly.
Without doubt, they probed the inside round numbers, jerseys 10 and 12. Just the 2 tries each in this game, 26-15. But they were aggressive in their attitude, something we never saw last week against Otago at Eden Park. They were aggressive at the breakdown, aggressive on attack. Their defence was absolutely superb. I probably saw 2 or 3 great hits out there, which you could put in the file at the end of the season as best tackles. These guys tried hard, but they got shut out by a clinical display from a blue and white outfit.
So Corey Flynn just having a few quiet words. There's still rugby left next week. We know that Canterbury will host Otago in the Air New Zealand Cup. Auckland are not too concerned about who they play next week. They're just ready to celebrate not only winning the Ranfurly Shield, but top qualifiers in the Air New Zealand Cup after 10 weeks of competition. Auckland, the winners here tonight, 26 points to 15.
Enormous, colossal, gigantic, gargantuan, The super cheap auto over 1,000 great deals is on. This Sony CD player, $139. Single sheepskin seat cover, less than half price.
This cooperative has been part of New Zealand farming
for more than 50 years now.
Owned by farmers.
for farmers,
Our co-op has performed well through the years.
because the focus is on fertiliser.
And only fertiliser.
It is important to have innovative products that meet my needs
And the right technical advice.
for looking after my farm.
Today,
And for the next generation.
Keep your future in balance. Talk to us about all you need to grow.
Drop into Bunnings for everything you need to get it done. Our prices are the lowest. We guarantee it. GMC electric line trimmer, $29.64. 4-in-1 power toolkit, $69.96. 6-piece steel setting, $187. Trade line deadbolt, $10.50. And if you happen to find a cheaper price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 15%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
What you say no to will always define you. You say no to nuclear power, even though you invented it. You were the first to say no when only men had the right to vote. When the world said Everest couldn't be conquered, you said no. And when they said box office hits could only be made in Hollywood, you said no to that too. Now you're saying no to genetic modification. I like that. You even say no to additives in your beer. It's good to know you take a stand when it counts.
Since I've been finding things online at ferret.co.nz, I've got this really flash tally, this barbecue, flowers,
This listening thing!
this thing, a whizzer,
These pants that I am now wearing.
that thing, a book on India, one of these, some self-tanning lotion, man, a solar panel, a drill, and a scooter. But I didn't get Mr. Parker there. I got her from a completely different website. Ferret.co.nz. It's shopping on the internet.
Years ago, New Zealand looked like this. Then it looked like this. Then it was covered in gorse and blackberry for 150 years. Then DuPont invented Answer, and the rest is history. DuPont Answer, it works. And right now, it works better than ever, because every one of these comes with a free quarter pack.
The end of the match here at AMI Stadium, and a jubilant Auckland team, fully deserving their victory. And they have lifted the Ranfurly Shield. So in 2007, the Ranfurly Shielders resided in 4 different places. Started in North Harbour, went to Hamilton, here in Christchurch, and it will finish up in Auckland. Let's go to the presentation with Ian Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Ranfurly Shield has done some mileage this year, and in the year 2007 it will now have 4 holders. Auckland taking it tonight. To speak on behalf of the Canterbury Rugby Football Union, their Vice President, Mr. Ian Penrose.
Thank you, Ian, and good evening, everybody. For those with memories long enough, you will remember this is the second occasion that I've had the opportunity to present the Ranfurly Shield to Auckland. So I guess my membership card will come through the mail in the near future. Congratulations to Auckland. I guess your exhilaration now is what is felt by most teams winning the Shield. It's still an icon of New Zealand rugby. And I guess it displayed again tonight the need for constant attack when you're either challenging or defending the Shield. It's got to be attack. You've got to take the opportunities that come, and you've got to show enormous discipline under pressure. And Auckland, I guess, came with a mission. And their mission was quite clear that they were going to attack Canterbury, I guess, through the 5/8. And they did that with a high degree of success. But they also backed one another up, and they also had the confidence to move the ball around. So congratulations to them. It's an ideal time to win the Shield. Right at the end of the season, you can lock it away in the cupboard and forget about it and give a good preparation for the new season ahead. To the young Canterbury side, don't feel too down. You're not the only ones that have lost the Shield. A lot of us have experienced that over the time, and you'll find when you wake up tomorrow that the sun will rise again and another opportunity will present it to you. You're all very young. You've done us proud this year, and I'm sure that in the future you're going to do us proud again. So I'll now ask Corey Flynn to come forward and present the Shield to Sam Tuatupu.
Yeah, haven't really got much to say, but I'll do it with a smile this time. To the Auckland boys, you know, you come out and, like Ian said, you just attacked us, and that's what you got to do to get the Shield, and that's why you've got it now. I suppose, you know, maybe down the track we might meet each other in the finals, but you know, that's yet to be decided. To my boys, you know, we've had some good times with this thing, and it's time to pass it on, but, you know, that's rugby. It's chins up, and we get into the next part of the season. Just in finishing, call Sammy along, come and grab the Shield, mate, and just like to once again congratulate Auckland. Cheers.
I just want to say, you know, this one is for our friends and families and fans, and for those who couldn't be here today, also for D-Dubs, Steve Devine, David Gibson, James Somerset, you know, guys who got injured during the season, and for Stan as well. It's been a long time coming, but it's finally coming home to Auckland. Woo!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Just to say, people back in Auckland, enjoy the moment. The team will be back around midday tomorrow, so get out to Auckland Airport and welcome them home. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Smithy. So there it is. It's the pinnacle in New Zealand rugby, and will remain so, Stu Wilson.
Well, I had 2 cracks at challenging for the Ranfurly Shield, failed on one and picked one up, and it was one of the highlights of my rugby career. And these guys here, with all the support staff, is just outstanding. They played very, very well tonight. They bashed them in defence. They had a good line out with Curtis Hayu dominating the skyscraper lines. They had a fairly good scrum, and they knew exactly what to do with the ball. They didn't play that 50-50 footy, which sometimes they slip into. They were very accurate in the second half, knocking the ball downtown, forcing Canterbury to play the game to them. Unfortunately, Canterbury didn't have enough didn't have enough possession to operate a full game plan over 80 minutes. Worthy winners of the Ranfurly Shield.
They've been a great Ranfurly Shield union over the years, no doubt about that. And they've got it back. And what a Ranfurly Shield season it has been. Isa Natiwa there. Tremendous performance from him. Everybody wants to get their hands on the Shields. Good to hear Sam Tuatupu paying tribute to some of the injured players who came down here today. So that was a nice gesture on the part of the Auckland Rugby Union. Tariela Moa and Saimoni Moipia with the Shield. And for some of these young guys, they've never touched it before.
Look, in this bow, it's just a piece of wood with some metal on it, you know, but it holds so much tradition and history throughout our New Zealand game. Outstanding.
Okay, now Smithy's down there, as you can see. He's going to have a chat with John Afoa.
Thanks, Nisbo. Well, that had to be done up front, John, tonight. You must be proud of the collective effort of that tight 5.
Oh, you know, we trained hard all week. We knew it was going to be a big game, you know. Canterbury got a great 4-pack, and we knew we had to take it straight to them from the first whistle to the last. And I think we did that. They play good footy off, you know, front foot ball, so we had to get in there, face scrum time, line-outs. You know, we just had to get a bit messy in there, just mungle it up.
When you look back at the video of this, and I'm sure you will over the next few days a number of times, I think you'll find that defence will be one of the keys, the strength that you guys had around the fringes and other areas on the park.
Yeah, we had the score this week, started on Monday about the state of origin, and we wanted to just get off the line and take it to them and get gang tackles in, turn the ball over, and we were saying it through the whole game, and I think that really helped us through the game to get the turnovers.
You guys charged onto the field at the end of it. You had a bit of time off towards the end of the game, but just judging by the reaction of the side round here, it's lost no gloss for you, this Ranfurly Shield.
No, that's just something huge, and there was a few of us that was in the team, that won it, and then there was a majority of us that lost it, so it's awesome to bring it back, and the guys leaving, like Woody, Mix, we talked about it, they wanted to leave something behind for Auckland, and they did, and they're going to leave on a high note.
John, congratulations. I'm going to just bring Ethan Thiwa in as well, just have a few couple of words. Well done, terrific game yourself, mate. You can go and celebrate now. Ethan, Mr. Versatile, you've been everywhere around this back line, but very much a controlling influence tonight.
It helped having Sammy and Benny outside of me and Nella on the inside. Worked a lot on our combination through the year, and to come back this week and win it down here is special.
The aggressive nature of your defence across the park, I think, is probably the thing that won it for you. You beat them all over the park in terms of numbers, possession and what have you, but the fact that when they had chances, you shut them down, basically.
Yeah, we worked on our defence this week because we knew they're such a strong attacking team, and our defence stood up tonight, and that's what we need over the next couple of rounds too. We're pretty happy.
Great depth off the bench as well, great depth all around the park.
Yeah, a couple of guys coming back from injury last week, and impact this week was huge. Angus McDonald, guys like that, huge influence.
This could be a big old night. Be great to see some Aucklanders out at the airport for you tomorrow, eh?
Yeah, I'll say there'll be a few quiets tonight in the changing room.
Good on you, mate. Enjoy the night. Thank you.
Yes, what a game he had, Ethan Thiwa. And Stu, let's have a quick look at the stats.
Yeah, well, Canterbury used the ball off rucks to start a lot of their plays, and Auckland, because of the aggressiveness in there, they disrupted and slowed down their recycling ball. Although Canterbury did get a lot of possession in the end, they evened up in that second 40. But to me, it's the missed tackles, pretty even. Rucks and mauls even, handling errors pretty even. I just thought that Auckland used the ball better. They were more clinical, more accurate in what they did, and whatever Canterbury did get, they were a bit messy. They played catch-up football. They were down in their own 22, and against a very aggressive defensive line, which the blue and whites had, they found no holes. When they did get a hole, the covering defence, the scattering defence picked them up. So this was a very clinical effort, and I think Pat Lam and Shane Howarth be very, very proud of the team that put this together tonight.
Right, let's hear from the skipper now, Sam Tuitupo.
Sam, very proud man, I would imagine, just elated to lift that thing.
Yeah, I mean, we came down to play, and the boys really brought it to them today, and we scored some good tries. We managed to hold on to the end, and it was awesome to sort of take the shield back home.
You were so far ahead in terms of numbers, possession and territory. Was there a chance that you're a little bit worried at half-time that you may not have shut them out when it mattered?
Canterbury, I mean, you could never sort of let them out, and they really pushed us to right to the 80th minute, and we managed to hold on.
What does this mean to you personally, Sam?
I mean, for me, it's just awesome, to do it, the second time, sort of winning the shield, but it's awesome to do with a bunch of new fellas and the young boys as well. It's good for them and good for Auckland as well.
The side has been unbeaten to this point, and it's just been a matter of consistency, but tonight you had to lift it to another level.
Yeah, exactly, and like I said, we wanted to come and play tonight, and the boys, they played, and it was awesome to finally sort of come with the win at the end.
This Ranfurly Shield always has a traditional minder. Who's going to be the minder for it for you boys?
I think Nella Moores, he's holding the shield right now, so he'll make sure he'll look after for the night.
It fits nicely in his arms. Thank you, Sam. Congratulations. Enjoy the trip home, mate.
Cheers. Thanks a lot, Smithy.
Well, that is great for Sam Tuitupo because, of course, it's his last game, well, not his last game, his last season. And that's the way it's finished at the top anyway. Remember, there's a game to go, and it's a very important one. But Auckland have finished top quite clearly in the end and have remained unbeaten with 48 points. So they don't yet know who their opponent is next week. We know that Canterbury will host Otago. We also know that Wellington in third place will host Southland next Friday. And we also know that next Sunday, Hawke's Bay will host Waikato. So there's just a little bit remaining up in the air. And it's Taranaki who need to gain 5 points tomorrow to grab that 8th position. If they do that, they will go to Eden Park and play Auckland. They're playing Counties Manukau tomorrow. OK, let's hear from tonight's losing captain, Corey Flynn with Smithy.
Yeah, Corey, you've had 10 minutes or so to reflect, but I would imagine that it's gone away yet. Massive disappointment tonight.
Yeah, it is. It's always disappointing giving that shield away, and this is the thing is we really didn't deserve to win. They put a lot of pressure on us. They attacked us really, really well, and we just didn't have an answer for it. There's a couple of brain explosions, one from myself especially, and it's just rugby. They really built up that pressure and kept it on us. Yeah.
Particularly defensively, I think that was the key, wasn't it? Yeah, they shut your game breakers out for most part of the game.
Yeah, they did. They've got such a great defence when they turn it on right across the park, and there was just no way through there tonight.
I guess you have to regroup now. I mean, still possibly 3 more games to go in this competition. We're led to believe that it's Otago next week, back here, willing encounter.
Yeah, totally. They're starting to come to a little bit of form, and the best thing is we're at home. We finished second to the table, so we could be home for a quarter, and if so, for a semi. So it's just about, like you say, regrouping and getting on with it.
Corey, we'll leave you to do that. I know it's not easy, so I'll leave you to get back to the boys. Thanks for talking to us, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
So Corey Flynn, and the Ranfurly Shield has changed hands again in 2007. Auckland the winners tonight by 26 points to 15.
I'm on top, but you're trying to stop me now. I'm on top, but you're trying to stop me now. I'm on top, but you're trying to stop me now. I'm on top, but you're trying to stop me now. I'm on top, but you're trying to stop me now. I'm on top, but you're trying to stop me now. I'm on top, but you're trying to stop me now. I'm on top, but you're trying to stop me now. I'm on top, but you're trying to stop me now. I'm on top, but you're trying to stop. I just don't think I'm coming down. What's the reason for your friend? I can't stand to see that smile on my face. Well, I need to put you in your place, 'cause I got my name on it. I'm on top, but you're trying to stop me now. I'm on top, but you're trying to stop me now. I'm on top, but you're trying to stop me now. And I bet you wish I did something. I bet you just don't understand what the hell I came from. Oh, I just meant you listen to
Coverage of the 2007 Air New Zealand Cup was proudly brought to you by ITM.